Well, I'm in the kitchen, so this can only mean one thing. Load of plugs, saucepan on a rolling boil, plug soup. That were a bit hot. You're going to have two goes at this. I reckon that'll do for my first load. I love this method. I mean, I've got to say, snob, this is the easiest way ever for taking these plugs apart. Brilliant idea. Well, that was very successful. I've just done, I don't know how many was there, big box for the plugs. So there you go, that's what we got out of that lot. Look, bit of wires, they need a little bit more tidying up, but my yard's not overly fussy. But I will tidy them up a little bit. Take the bits of cable off, all the brasses, little bit of cable. I'm trying to get the shadows out because the sun's coming out. Fuses, I don't know what you all do with fuses, but they are tin copper ends, so I just crush them with a pair of pliers in the middle, knock the ceramic out and chuck them straight. Well, you can chuck them where you like really, in your brazier, or stuff them in your heavy copper. But yeah, anyway, few odds bit, a little bit of bright out there, not much. I did one of these, look, it's the like the 3-pin other end of a kettle lead. So I chucked it in, heated it up, and you can literally just run a knife down it, soft as butter, and those 3 pins pull out. Good. See, that's it. It just makes it so easy to cut through, and they just pull out. Brilliant job. They're out of 2 SCART lead ends. I've just got the little pins to pull out. So yeah, very successful again. That's all you get left with. Bit of old rubber, so all good. Cheered me up a little bit with my toothache and give me something to do. The sun's shining. We might even go out on a walk. Bit of old school cable stripping. Can you tell I've been watching E-Waste Ben and E-Waste Mike? And the best thing I learnt from E-Waste Ben about circuit boards, and I was trying to learn what to keep and what not to keep. I mean, little MOSFETs and things, transformers, obvious. But the best thing I learnt was to take the components to pieces, smash them up, and see what's inside them. So that's what we're going to have a go at. Well, we'll start taking some bits off these boards. Now, some people will take these little terminal tabs off for silver recovery for the coating on them, but I'm not so sure that is silver myself. I think that's more like a tin coating. Could well be wrong, but from my point of view, I'm not worried about the silver recovery from bits like that, because to me they're brass. They are brass. You can, I don't know what you can just about make out under the coating there where it's been scratched. They're brass, so I will remove them from the board so to put in my brass. So these little junction blocks in here, they got little tiny brass screws in and little blocks inside there, so I might as well have them out. All the obvious stuff. Well, what I've found is the easiest way to get those little blocks out from inside the bottom of there is to undo all those screws fully, slacken them off while it's still attached to the board, and then when you just pull that off the board, off of them tabs, all the little blocks fall out. So now all I've got to do is nip them tabs off and get them screws out of there. Simple. Just in case you were wondering, this little board here is out the top electronic gubbins of a Stuart Turner shower pump. Just in case you might have been interested. So the easiest way to get the little screws out the top of there, because they're captive, is to nip through them with a pair of side cutters and just pull them out. Quick as that. I'm going to do a little shout out here again. E-Waste Ben, great advice. He said if you're not sure what's in these components and whether they're worth doing for yourself, take them to bits. Well, that was an IMO out of this Stuart Turner shower pump. So he's right. Just if you're a beginner, and I'm new to e-waste, bust the thing open and have a look to see what's inside it. There's a little tiny copper coil in there. That's a little copper tab on the top and a little pair of contacts. So yeah, good advice. If you're not sure what's inside something, bust it open and have a look. Great advice. Just another quick thing while I'm on this bit of this Stuart Turner pump, this board. Now I can actually see why the thing failed in the first place, because it stinks of burning, and those contacts in there and that little coil is all black. You can see the blackening around there. Look, that'll be why the shower pump packed up. Then that silly little component there burnt out. So interesting. So out of that dear little circuit board there, I mean that little board is about 2 inches long by about 1.5 inches wide, and that's all it was on the top of a shower pump, and that's what I've got out of it. There's your little MOSFET with your tin copper back. That's a little pile of brass, little tiny winding, but there, and the little bits of copper off of that little transformer, another little transformer there. But you can see why the shower pump failed. The little burnt components there, the little transformer in there and the contacts overheated and burnt out. So hence no shower. Wasn't mine anyway. So there you go. What's inside a Stuart Turner shower pump circuit board. Right, I've got this little board now. I think it's out of an old telly or something. It's nothing special, and you'd look at that and see nothing of any value on there. Wasted time. But like E-Waste Ben said, take the things apart, bust them open and have a look, see what's inside there. You never know. Well, Ben was right. See, take it apart and you get to know. After doing the last little board, I thought, well, inside that black box there is going to be another little copper coil, and there it is. There's the copper coil, and there's the terminals. So yeah, you do learn by taking things to bits. It's the best way. Put it apart, bust it up, you got nothing to lose, and see what's inside it. So let's carry on. Let's see what's in the rest of it. Right, so out of that little board, nothing left on it. Look, picked it clean. One dear little copper coil transformer, a few dear little brass tabs. That's off of the little transformer there. It's a contact. There's a dear little silver contact on the end for those of you that would really want to get that off and save it up. But one thing I will say is that from experience, that whole piece there looks like copper. It's actually phosphor bronze. Now I know this, it's light and it doesn't weigh anything, but I know this from experience working in a scrapyard, because we wouldn't take things like this apart, but we used to get the profiles that would be stamped out of, so there'd be rolls and rolls and rolls of the material with the opposite profile to that, because they obviously punched and stamped out of it by machine. So from experience and the light colour of that, it tells me that's not copper, that is actually phosphor bronze. So There, anyway, yeah, I think that was just some old TV board. It was nothing special, tiny little one again. It's 2 inches square, but I'm just picking clean, and like the guy said, like Ben said, just take things apart, smash them up and have a look. I mean, that little yellow whatever it is there, capacitor chip, I don't know, break it open, have a look what's inside. Looks like just a bit of ferrite, so useless, chuck it in the iron. But it's interesting to me to actually see and work out for myself what's inside these components, which is exactly what E-Waste Ben said, and it's exactly what I'm doing, and it seems to work very well, so recommend it. Nip over to his channel. Obviously, don't take my word for it, go and check him out. Most of you already know him anyway, probably, but if you don't and you're new to this, yeah, go and have a look, because I'm learning. This is my first ever depopulation of circuit boards. So this one here, bigger board, it's 6 inches square, Ariston. So I'm guessing I pulled this out of a washing machine or a dishwasher. I can't see anything great on there. There's a transformer there, some little capacitors, they're only Arnie Alley. There's some pins and tabs, so we'll get in and have a look. There's some screws there. Look, there's going to be some little brass blocks in there in the connectors. I'd like some nice terminals in the white ones on the end there. But now I'd like to show you me actually dismantling these and pulling them apart with my little tiny pliers, etc. But it's a bit hard to do because I can't hold the phone and work. So let's have a look at this one and let's see if we can find anything interesting on this one. Well, the light's not very good in here, but this was a little board that was on top of the board. Now I look at that and I see nothing of any value. I mean, them capacitors are Arnie Alley if you really want to be bothered. Those pins that were joining it together, now you can't see in this light, but they're gold plated pins. Now a lot of people would keep them for gold recovery. I'm going to cut them off anyway, and put them in a jar, but probably I'll end up weighing them in for the base metal. They're quite stiff, then you know they're not very flexible, so they're probably brass underneath there. They're non-magnetic, so yeah, at first I thought they might have just been like a steel, but anyway, yeah, nothing exciting on there, but I'm going to pull a few bits off anyway, just to investigate, really, to see what's inside them. Right, there's the little pins, look, the gold plated pins. I'll put them into a pot, seeing as how they're off and they're easy. Tiniest bit of wire. There's the little board. Now there's a lot of little IC chips on there. I haven't got the patience to sit here and get that lot off for silver recovery. If anybody who's one of my followers, one of my subscribers in the chat, would like this little board, it's tiny, it's 2 inches square, pop your a little message to me on email and your address, and I'll stick it in an envelope and I'll send it to you gladly for the price of a stamp. I will just plonk a stamp on it and send it to you. Maybe send me a sticker in return or something. I don't know, I'm not that fussed. But if anybody would like that little board to persevere with it and finish it off, who does silver recovery, yeah, first one to pop me their address in the in an email, you can have it. Right, this one I'm back on a bit more home territory, because I know, looking at that, there's 2 transformers on there that I can see. There's a fuse. What else have we got? A bit of cables on the end. Bigger stuff. This is, well, it's a power pack, power supplied pack. So I'm a bit more back on home territory with this one. So let's get all all the bits off of this. Resistors. Now everybody says don't bother with them, waste of time, which I tend to agree with. There's nothing inside there apart from ferrite, so waste of time. That there will clung straight to that magnet. Useless, so not worth bothering with. But if you're really bored, the tails, the pins, you know, the legs either side, whatever you want to call them, are actually tinned copper. So if you want to cut all those little legs off and put them in your brazier or tinned copper, save them up, whatever you want to do with them, there you go. Tinned copper in the legs on the resistors. Well, I've been picking away here for about an hour now. That's another one. That's that washing machine board. I've just done that other little one here. Look, I've just about sort of had enough now. I'm getting hungry. I need something to eat. But a good learning experience. E-Waste Ben was right with his advice, and I'd give it to anybody else who's new to e-waste. Just get in there and take things to bits and see what's in them. I mean, I ain't got a lot to show for me. Just over an hour of picking away here. I mean, the capacitors just get chucked in the Arnie alley. I don't know what's inside there yet. A load of old junk probably, but get thrown in the iron if not. But you know, some interesting bits. There's that's a MOSFET with a back busted off it. A bit of copper in there. Little transformers. A bit of cable. You know what? This is what I know. The bigger stuff. This is what I've grown up on, this is what I know, but I'm learning the smaller stuff and the capacitors and components and what's inside them, you know. But yeah, burnt out contacts from that old Stuart Turner shower pump. So you see why it failed. Them contacts could be silver on there. I'm not overly fussed really with that amount, you know, but nice little pile of brass there, the connectors and all. Again, another little pile of brass connectors there. So, yeah, pleased with that, but it's not about making a pile of money, because there's bugger all there really. But for me, it's a learning curve. It's about finding out what's inside these things, and you know, a thing for the future. So, anyway, I'm just about done here now. I hope I haven't bored you to death. I would like to have filmed myself actually busting some of this up and taking it to bits, but I haven't got a tripod or anything here yet. I'm not that organised, so one day maybe. Anyway, if you like this video, give us a thumbs up, leave us a comment, gives us a bit of an idea if it's the sort of thing you want to see. I'm itching to get back out and do some big scrapping. My truck's still off the road. I've still got toothache, and it's about -3 out there with a wind chill of about -7, so not good. But there you go. This has given me something to do and make a video, and you can do it indoors. I've got the fire on over there. But like I said earlier, that little board there, look, if anybody wants it, drop me a message on my email, which you'll find in my, I think it's in my about page or community, one of them, you'll find it anyway. Yeah, drop us an email or leave us a message in the comments and then drop one through, put your name on it. But you might as well have them both if you want them both. There's chips on there which I probably really should be taking off for silver recovery, but at this stage I'm not up for that. And gold and silver recovery, you know, if you're going to do it yourself, there's dangerous chemicals and stuff involved. You've really got to know what you're doing. So at the moment, that's not for me. And these are boards with nothing special anyway. But if you'd like those two boards there, pop me a message, get an email to me somehow with just to say yes please, and I'd like the boards and a postal address where you want me to send them. Really, I'll stick them in a jiffy bag or something, and bung them in the post to you. It'll be first come, first serve. So anyway, thanks for watching. Hope I haven't bored you to death. Something a bit different from me, really, other than big heavy old lumps of stuff and rooting around in the undergrowth. So thanks for watching. Thanks for your continued support. If you're not already a subscriber and you like listening to my voice whining on, please subscribe, be much appreciated, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Bye for now.